Hello children, welcome to today's e-class. Today's class is for class 6 subject mathematics, chapter number 9, ratio and proportion. So at first, section A, in this lesson 2 sections are there. So at first section A, it will be on ratio. So in this part, first we will learn about how to compare numbers. So the first heading is comparing numbers. We use two methods to compare two numbers. So two methods are there, with the help of which we can compare numbers. So the first one is difference method. Difference method means here we compare the numbers by doing subtraction. So when we compare two numbers by subtraction, it is called as difference method. Suppose for example, if your age is 12 years, and the age of one of your brothers or sisters, it is 4 years. Now how you will compare your age with that of your brother or sister? So what you will do is subtraction. Your age minus your brother or sister's age. What we are getting is 8. Now what does it mean? How we are comparing these two numbers or these two ages? You see, 12 minus 4 is 8. It means you are 8 years older than your brother or sister. Or we can also say it other way. How? Your brother or sister is 8 years younger than you. So this is how we compare two numbers by different method. Second method is quotient method. Quotient method, suppose for example, the cost of a car is 4 lakhs and the cost of a scooty is 40,000. How many times the cost of the car is higher than that of the scooty? Or how many times the cost of the scooty is less than that of the car? So for that what we will do, as the method is quotient method, so to get quotient we divide. So what we will do, we will divide the two costs. Cost of the car by the cost of the scooty. Then we are getting the result 10. What does it mean? The cost of the car is 10 times higher than that of the cost of the scooty. Or we can also say it other way. The cost of the scooty is 10 times less than that of the cost of the car. So these two were the examples of how we can compare numbers, that is by difference method and quotient method. Now the next one is concept of ratio. So in the concept of ratio, here again I have taken an example. Let us consider Ananya's age is 12 and Anjali's age is 4. Now when we simplify this, simplifying means when we cancel this out, if it is possible, what we get? 3 by 1. 3 by 1. How? 4 1 are 4, 4 3 are 12. So we are getting 3 by 1. Now what does this mean? It means that Ananya's age is 3 times or thrice than that of the Anjali's age. Okay, so this is how we compare numbers by the method of ratio. Here we are comparing the two quantities in terms of how many times. So Ananya is three times older than that of Anjali. So in terms of how many times or by division. So this comparison that we are making. So this is just an example. It is called as ratio or known as ratio. That means a ratio is a way of comparing quantities or numbers by division. So divide also we write it in this form. So this is in the form of ratio how we can compare the numbers, that is by the method of division. So in previous example we have seen the ratio of Ananya's age to that of the Anjali's age. How much we got? It was 3/1, which we can also write it as 3:1 by putting two dots in between these two numbers. This way. 3, how it is to be read? 3:1. 2 means TO2. 3:1, where this 3 and 1 together, they are called as terms. So the first term, so two terms are there, first term and the second term. The first term, that is 3, is called as antecedent, and the second term, 1, it is called as consequent. So that means when two numbers are written in the form of ratio, the two numbers together they are called as terms. The first number called as antecedent and the second one is called as consequent. Then after this, the next part is number of parts altogether. It means the same pair of numbers, when we are writing it in the form of fraction and in the form of ratio, it has a different meaning. What does it mean? Here we have written it in the form of fraction. It means 5 parts of 3. Here the numerator is 3, denominator is 5. It means 3 we are dividing it into 5 parts. But when this same fraction is written in the form of ratio, the total number of parts will be the sum of these two terms, that is antecedent and consequent. When we add these two, we are getting 8. That means this represents total 8 parts. So you see the difference in the meaning when the same numbers are written in the form of fraction and in the form of ratio. So after this, the next one is simplest form of a ratio. Now how to write the simplest form of a ratio? Suppose if a ratio A to B, which we can also write it as A by B, is said to be in its simplest form or lowest term if A and B have no common factors except 1. That means here, one example I have taken of ratio and how to write this ratio in the simplest form. Here it is 8 millimeter to 3 centimeter. At first you see the difference in the unit. It is in millimeter, it is in centimeter. So to find out the ratio in the simplest form, always remember that we have to make the unit same. So first we are writing it as 18 millimeter by 3 centimeter. Then we know that 3 centimeter means when we are converting it to millimeter, we have to multiply it by 10 because 1 centimeter equals 10 millimeter. So it will become 18 by 30. Then when we are converting it in the simplest form, we have to cancel it out by a common factor. That means by a number by which we can divide both 18 and 30, the largest possible number. So what it is? By 6. The largest possible number 6, we can divide both 18 and 30. It becomes 6, 3 are 18, 6, 5 are 30. So now this ratio 3 to 5 or 3 by 5, this is in the simplest form. And always remember, when we are writing numbers in ratio form, we never put any unit there like millimeter or centimeter. The reason behind that is, in the process of division, the units also get cancelled out. So one example I have taken from exercise 9a, question number 2. You can refer from your book. 9a, question number 2. A man earns rupees 7,500 a year and spends rupees 6,300 a year. Find the ratio of, first is his income to his expenditure. Now read the question carefully and try to find out what is his income. Earns means income, so rupees 7,500. And then expenditure means how much he is expending to buy things or in some other purposes. So here you see, the first one is income to expenditure. So income to expenditure, so how much is the income? 7,500. How much is the expenditure? 6,300. Cancel it out, simplify it, you will get 25 to 21. That means if he is earning rupees 25, he is spending rupees 21. That is the meaning. Then second part is he is saving to his income. Now how we find out saving? Just simple example. Suppose if you earn 100 rupees and you spend 45 rupees, how much will be left with you? That will become your saving. So in the same manner, what we'll do is, first how much he was earning? 7,500. So income minus expenditure. 7,500 minus 6,300 divided by his income. So if you solve this, you will get a result that is 4 to 25.